23, and we are going to see the text to column tool. So in the last session, we have seen like how to use find and replace, and prior to that multiple formula and as well sales cleanup mini project. So I would request to go through the content and let me know if there is any questions or queries related to those topics. Thank you. So let's jump into this text to column topic today. So what is that and how we are using it and why we are using it. So for example, I have already created, so I have created two scenarios here. If you can see, there are two workflows. So this is one input and this is another input. But let's jump into this one first. So this data set we have been using in our previous session as well. So what is first, we need to understand what is text to column. So you can find under favorites as well, and you can find under parts as well. So we have seen date and time and XML parts as well, and text to column is the today. So what it does, so in Excel we have been using, like for example, if we have a kind of a data set in a single column, like product name, if you see here. So this is Bush Somerset collection bookcase. So if I want to split this product name into some more columns, so I want to just see the Bush Somerset collection, and I need to remove the bookcase, or I want to remove the Bush Somerset and I want to just keep the collection bookcase. So in that cases, we can use it, right? We can see the example as well here. So you can search and you can click on the example session. So here it will show you that text to column splits the text from one column into separate rows or multiple columns. So they have already given like lot of, this is the same data set, customer ID and address. And after splitting the data, so if you run this workflow, you can see the output as well. So how this looks like, it is splitting the address into three different columns, right? So I want to see like what is the exact location, what is the pin code, what is the street address. So based on that, we are splitting the number of and the delimiters we are passing. So here also we are doing the same thing. So what we are doing, like here I have got the input data, and here there are multiple options configuration are there. So which we can use it. So I want to split the order ID. So order ID is this one, CA2-2016-152156. So I want to split this order ID into three different columns. If you want, you can keep it 2, you can keep it 1. Minimum you have to keep 2, 3, or maximum you can increase. Extra characters, leave extra in the last column, drop extra with warning, drop extra without warning, error. So these are the options which you should try this, and you can see like how this output looks like. And output root name, like what is the output root name should be the order ID. So because we are taking the order ID column, we can select this column as well. Like if I want to just take the product name. So here I don't have anything. So in that case, I'll be just taking the product name. Let's take a product name and just the space, right? So I want to just split this column, and let me see blank space. So if I want to just keep it, so now there is no error, and leave extra columns. There are other things, split into columns, split into rows. So either you can split that data into rows or either into columns. So basically when we are using text to column, so we go by split to column, not by rows. Automatically that will split the data into rows as well. So let's run this workflow and check the output. So if I'm running this workflow, so you can see we should be able to see the product name 1, product name 2, product name 3. So now that has been splitted into multiple columns. And if there is nothing, then it is showing null as well. So this is how it is going to use. So this is how this component we are going to use. So for example, if we have a data like large chunk of data in one column, and they are not able to provide the clean data. So in that cases, mostly in the projects we are using, like in terms of, you can say what kind of data set. So this could be Excel CSV data set, This could be JSON dataset, mostly JSON and XML. So JSON and XML dataset, we are using all these things. So if you see, there is a XML parse as well. So when we are working with the XML dataset, so then we are going to use this XML parse, right? Another example is, I have one more. If you see, this is a different data set. So this is contact address, and here we have ID, name, email, and address, city. So now the same thing, what we are doing, like splitting the address, city with the, and I have given like column because comma. So because here I see in the data we have a comma separators, right? So if I run this workflow, so this should give me two different columns. So let's, so if I see here, there is a additional one and additional two. So you can change this name as well, like address. So this is like manual. So you can click here and see the output of this. So address one and address two. So now if you see, there are like a lot of errors are also there in the partial 88.5. So this will show the quality of the data, like this data is what is the exact quality, but still we can consume this data, because if you see, this is column 4, this is cyber there. So this is related to some country data which is having all this city and country details as well, and street address as well. We can also split the email ID. If I want to split the email ID, for example, let's say this one, and at the rate, I want to keep it, I want to exclude the at the rate. So if I run this, so here I can see like what is the person name and example. After at the rate, whatever the I want to remove this. And for example, somebody is asking, like there is a scenario where they are asking, I would like to see the name of this. And then on top of this, they want to convert this data into some other, like you can say data cleansing you can use, or like let's say, let's bring this. So here you want to, on top of it, you want to modify the case. So you want to keep it uppercase, right? And not all. So let's take the address one, right? So let me run this and I will show the output, how it will look like. So they want to see a name as well. So if you see, now we have used another component, which is data cleansing. And what we are doing, we are just converting after splitting the data. So we are not creating additional more columns. So on top of it only, we are just converting this one to into uppercase, this column. And now if I want to remove null, so for example, like if you want to, here you can see like leading remove. So how we can remove the blank. So for example, like or like dot. So we can use either like a replace as well, like find and replace. So what do you want to find? Like from the address one, I want to beginning of the field. Let's select it, and or any part of the field, and match code word and append field to the record. So let's run it and let's see how this looks like. So it is showing like there is some error. We need to address one, find value. So this could be dot. We cannot, I think we cannot enter manually. So this one and replace value. So in case of like we are trying to replace it, so best thing is, instead of this one, you can use the data cleansing only, and you can remove, like replace with zero, or replace nulls, or remove nulls, or remove null columns, that we can use it. So this is like a text to column example. And thank you very much for watching this. And let me know, share your feedback, and let me know if there is any specific topic you would like to discuss, or or anything. Thank you.